What kind of show is so wild that people are literally risking their lives to watch? A kid sprayed by sparks cries his eyes out. Hair gets singed. Clothes get holes. Sparks flying everywhere. Crowds running for cover. But most people don't even have time to escape. Oh, this guy. He's not just embracing the world. He's getting a full-on fiery hug from the sparks. They are all here for 打铁花, beating iron flowers. That's molten metal flying through the air at 2,900 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's as crazy as it sounds. All over China, people are having so much fun that things get a little out of hand. Sparks hit something flammable, boom, fire breaks out. But even as the flames roar, people are still standing around, taking photos, totally not in a hurry to leave. And the real MVPs? The snowman catches fire, and they just stroll away super chill, making sure they don't miss the New Year's countdown. Chinese social media is lighting up with iron flowers, and so are the people watching them. Beating iron flower is an ancient Chinese art created by blacksmiths over 1,000 years ago. They heat up scrap iron until it's molten, then scoop it up with a long-handled wooden ladle. Next, they whack the ladle with a heavy stick, sending the molten metal flying through the air. When it hits the wall, it explodes into sparks, just like a burst of fireworks. That wall is called the flower frame. It's carefully built to catch and direct the blast, sending the sparks upward and keeping both performer and crowd safe. The entire performance demands skill, timing, and precision. It is beautiful. Each burst carries meaning. The first, peace and harmony, iron flowers for good luck. The second, blessings rain down, everyone celebrates. The third, good weather and a bumper harvest. In the past, it replaced fireworks in poor villages that couldn't afford gunpowder. It was how blacksmiths lit up Lunar New Year, with nothing but fire and willpower. Now it's listed as China's national intangible cultural heritage, right along Peking opera and calligraphy. Is it dangerous? Here comes a viewer with their scientific take.
Since metal has a low specific heat capacity, it cools down quickly. If the molten iron is flung high and wide, it turns into tiny iron shavings. It burns midair, cools midair, and won't burn anyone when it falls.
Hello, are you working in science or in fantasy? Luckily, a performer sets the record straight.
Oh, you definitely get hurt. Sure, the finer the spray, the safer it looks. But when you do this dozens of times, not every throw goes perfectly.
Let's see how the pros rate the risk.
Burns, scalds, totally normal, completely expected. If you don't walk away with a few scars, it's basically a miracle.
When scooping molten iron, if the wooden ladle misses even slightly, bam, it hits the ground, and just one spark can burn right through your foot. Blistered and peeling, you're out of work for months.
What scares me is, on social media, more and more so-called performers are ignoring the rules. They skip the flower frame entirely. And worse, they toss glowing chunks of solid iron into the air and try to strike them mid-flight. Anyone with basic knowledge of physics knows how dangerous that is. Striking a ladle of molten iron sends the liquid upward in a controlled arc. That's the logic behind traditional way. The angle, the force, the range, all carefully calculated through training and years of experience. But hitting a solid object in mid-air, there's no control. A flying piece of metal can bounce in any direction and explode into razor-sharp fragments. Plus, These are amateur acts, not trained professionals. So logically, they should be dressed for it. Fire-resistant clothing, a full-face shield, heat-resistant gloves, boots with no open areas, some even well-soaked layers underneath to delay ignition. Yes, it's that extreme. And the biggest joke? They are not even playing beating iron flowers. Not really. There's no furnace. There's no molten iron. Because online, everything has to be cheap, fast, and flashy. So what do we get instead? Fakes. 3 of them. All dangerous. Fake number 1. Steel wool. If it's lit with an open flame and it keeps throwing sparks as it spins, it's not iron, it's steel wool. It burns at around 700 degrees Celsius and creates a fiery halo when spun. Cheap, flashy, and dangerously misleading. Fake number 2. Chemical powder. Sudden fireballs, explosive flashes. That's not skill. It's metal powder mixed with oxidizers. It might look like fireworks, but it's really chemistry under pressure. The risk? Unregulated combustion. Fake number 3. Melted aluminum. See someone tossing glowing liquid? Chances are it's aluminum, not iron. Aluminum melts at just 660 degrees Celsius. Easy to heat and easier to mishandle. If a single drop of water touches it, you get a steam explosion, spraying white-hot metal in every direction. Beauty without safety is an art. Real beauty takes skill, discipline, and respect for danger. I remember when I was a kid, we weren't even allowed to play with firecrackers. Too dangerous, they said. And this? This is firecrackers on steroids. It is time we ban these two. If we can't tell the difference between a sacred art and reckless stunt, then maybe we are the ones playing with fire. Okay, thank you for watching Sue Talk. Until next time.